Hey, it's Pastor Dan from Dexter Gospel Church with another Proverbs Practical. I appreciate you watching. Our verse today talks about the social and perhaps even political benefits of purity of heart. We're in Proverbs 22, verse 11. Proverbs 22:11 says, "He that loves pureness of heart, for the grace of his lips, the king shall be his friend." What we love affects who we are. Who we are affects how we speak, and how we speak affects the course of our lives. The person who loves pureness of heart will pursue it. It's the very idea of love. If we love something, we will give for it. We will sacrifice for it. We will do what we can to attain it. He's likely to have a pure heart because he loves purity of heart. And so he will give and sacrifice to attain that pure heart that he treasures so much. And because he loves purity of heart, he doesn't just love it in himself, he'll love it in others as well. And so he's going to associate himself with other people who have pure hearts. The person who so values purity, righteousness, sincerity, and it does say purity of heart, so we're not talking about just an externalism, a whitewashing of sepulchres here. We're talking about a sincerity, a genuine devotion to righteousness. This person is going to speak graciously because of that purity of heart. The translators note that this can literally be translated, "and has grace in his lips." Those who love righteousness, purity, also love grace, because one is not truly righteous or truly pure unless they are gracious. And then that permeates the way that they speak. From our hearts we speak. A person who has a pure heart will inevitably speak with grace, and a person who does not speak with grace probably does not have a pure heart. It's okay not to have a tremendous education or eloquence or vocabulary, but it's not okay to speak without grace, to be rude and rough in our speech. The New Testament tells us in Colossians 4:6, "Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man." Even in the rare cases where we have to tell someone something that is uncomfortable or unpleasant or that they don't want to hear, we must say it in the way they will best receive it. We must still speak with grace. We can't just brush off speaking harshly because what we say is true. There are other verses that indicate that the king will appreciate truth from those around him, but this makes it clear that it's also the gracious things the person says, the way they say them, that are appreciated. Now, it's quite likely when it talks about the king being his friend that the king in view here is Solomon himself, the guy who's writing it, who is a king, or another righteous king that he has in view. Obviously, those that are righteous themselves will appreciate grace from others. But I suspect that this is a general tendency. Those in authority appreciate people who will speak with grace, people who manage to say the right thing the right way at the right time, people whose words are constructive and build up. We often think that we'll rise higher by cutting others down, but over the long run, grace is more powerful than ambition. Sometimes having a pure heart and being gracious is assumed to be a liability in social and political settings. We think that the cutthroat, the ambitious, will get farther ahead faster. But people in power aren't really any different than those without so much power. They still want good people and people who speak graciously around them. Purity of heart can thus lead to both power and more access to power, friendship with those in power. I hope this video is a help to you. If it is, give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more insight from Scripture. We'd love to hear from you in the comments, and we'd love to see you in person here at Dexter Gospel Church. Until next time, I hope you stay well and love purity.